We'll start with the simple print statement. I want to print the output value of 3, and I have put the command print in parentheses, put 3, and when I execute the run code command, let's see what happens. You see, there's nothing coming out on the output here. This is the output panel that comes up. When I run this, nothing is being printed. The reason for this is simple, that we have not saved the program. So don't get disturbed if when you are typing here and output is not coming out. The reason for that is you have not saved the program. So if you save it and then run the program, you'll get the output. So I'll repeat this. If I'm running this, it's going to come there. Likewise, if I change the value, and since I have not saved it yet, it is going to execute the previous version of the file first.py, and it is still going to throw, or output will be still 3. So 3. But if I want to see the updated value, the way it is to be done is save from here and then execute it. That's where this gets updated. It is printing 2 at the output. Now, this is definitely not efficient. The way we want to do this is to make changes to the settings. Go here, type code run, save. Just do this, and this is where it shows the option here, right? Code runner, save file before the run. Whether to save the current file before running. Yeah, we want to do that rather than going through the hassle of going ahead and saving it every time, right? So this is what it is now, right? The second thing is, now if I change this 3, I'm not required to go and save it here because we have modified the setting. I'm simply going to press play run button here, and it is going to execute here, right? So this is one important setting that we need to have. This is getting updated. Okay. Okay. One more setting that I already have in place, and probably you don't have in place, and you should enable this, is to fix the output here. If you don't have the setting, this will keep on scrolling output, and you will not have the clarity on what the output has been. So I'll show it to you, demonstrate, and then you will understand it better. So now just go into the settings. In the code runner, just say clear. So what does it say? Whether to clear previous output before each run. Right. I have set it to clear, and that's why I'm only seeing one output. But if I disable it by default, this is disabled. This has not been checked by default. But since I have it running, I was having it running. That's why I had enabled it. So let's see the output, how it looks. Right. You'll get an understanding of this. See, and then you get confused here, right? For example, let me add another print statement here. This, right? Now, if I run this, right, I have to scroll down, right? To scroll down here. I have to add one more. Just saying 3. If I run it, you see, I don't see it here, right? I want it to be seen here, and I don't want to scroll down, and I don't want the output of the previous runs to be showing up here. And that's why what I have to do is in the settings, right? And you know how to go into the settings. I'll show you again. Here on the left side, settings, click on settings, type here code run, clear, and that is what you want to do, right? Clear. So this is the setting that you want to have. So when I go back from settings from here to here, and then next time I run it, right? Every time, this is what I'm getting, the latest one. For example, when I now execute this one, it gets run, right? This is the one. The next part is that I want to introduce is how do you comment, right? If there is a part of the code that you don't want to run, and simply what you can do is just put a append to it a hash part. When you run it, that won't get executed, right? So that's how it is. Now the question could be, yeah, for there's one line where I want to put comment. Let's just say going back here to print 3. Now I said, okay, we don't want to print the first line and the second line, or the I don't want this to be executed. So when I say executed means not to be executed means I don't want this to be run, right? So this is individually I had to put it here. Right? So if I run this, this is how it is. And likewise, if I have to remove it, I go back to the individual line and do it. This is a manual way of doing it. Easier way of doing commenting multiple lines is commenting out, right? Yeah, I hope you understand the concept of commenting out now. Anyone who's new to programming, has not done programming in the past, this is clear. Should be clear that in Python, we comment out a particular line that we don't want to execute by putting a hash in front of that. So now the efficient way of doing it is you highlight the lines that you don't want to be run. This is how I've highlighted. Just select it using a mouse, do it, and then press the Control and / button. Right? Press the Control # forward button will comment it, and similarly to uncomment it. Right? Suppose this is commented. Right? If I am going to run it, it's going to on output only 4. If I want to uncomment it, I'll do the same thing. Select the portion and Control forward air, and that way it's gone. So this is couple of important points that you need to remember. Okay. So that gives some basics about how we'll be operating in Python. Let's start with some simple calculation, some concepts of maths, and then we will utilize those concepts in our programming.